Here thinking how I should start off this video. I'm pretty much gonna come to the point. Our country is going to shit if we don't participate in this election, because this election could mean the life and death of a lot of Americans and a lot of setbacks. You know what I mean? Like, it's 2016 and I feel like some candidates are trying to set us back until before the civil rights era, and I'm not okay with that. I mean, I'm black and I don't want a candidate that's racist or is going to support policies that disproportionately affect people of color, or basically people who aren't white. With that being said, I am voting for Bernie Sanders, and let me tell you why. There's so many reasons I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. As a black woman, I'd be stupid not to. I mean, this is the only candidate who has been fighting for equality since day one. Not just the equality of all races, but all people in general, rich, poor, black, white, whatever race you or culture you come from, people who are gay. I mean, he fights for the rights of everybody, and I feel like you have to be stupid to not support a candidate that has your best interest at heart. He wants to make sure that people are getting to college, because let's face it, people shouldn't be denied education because of their economic status. I think that's really stupid. And there are countries that are way more progressive than the United States, and yet we're the richest country in the world. How come we can't take care of our citizens? How come we can't provide basic necessities that other countries provide, like healthcare, education, livable wages? I mean, like, there are people out there that are suffering. Their kids are suffering because instead of being home at working decent hours to be home with their children, they're working 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And that's really fucked up. Like, why is that happening? Why are parents working 2 and 3 jobs to take care of their kids? And guess what's happening to their kids? Their kids are not getting the parental guidance they need, and they end up doing horrible things like getting involved in the wrong crowds or just not getting that parental attention that they need. And I'm sorry, but that's where it all starts from. Children learn everything from home, and if you don't have nobody teaching you from right and wrong because they're too busy trying to put a roof over your head, like, come on, what do you fucking expect to happen? Of course you're gonna get criminal activity. Of course you're gonna have dropouts and stuff. You know, Bernie Sanders, to me, is the only candidate that makes sense, that wants to see families thrive, not just one particular group of people, not the top 1%. He wants to see everybody thrive, and that's why I'm voting for him. And as a woman living with HIV, I am 100% certain that he's the right candidate and in regards to this epidemic, because I feel like he would do the right things to make sure that everyone got on treatment in this country, and actually allocate funds for the Global Fund and a PEPFAR to ensure that people in disenfranchised countries are not dying of AIDS. I'm a mother, and that scares me to know that I won't be around to raise or love my son, and that fucking hurts, because there are moms in other countries who are dying because they can't get basic services or the medication they need to be there for their kids. And it scares me that one day I could die, and while my son is, well, any age, your parent dying is detrimental and horrible, but I feel like my son is 6 years old now. If something happened to me, who would take care of him or love him the way I do? We could say his father, but I mean, I know he has a really amazing dad, by the way, so this is not to, down talk him, but as a mother, nobody's gonna love your children as much as you do. You carried them for 9 months. You feel them in your body. You're a mother before they've even born. And we need Bernie because he stands for everybody. He stands for the disenfranchised, for those who don't have a voice, for those who don't think they have a voice, for those who are just fighting for the basic right to live. And that is why I endorse Bernie Sanders. I hope you're watching this video, Bernie Sanders, because you're our next president, and I honestly believe that in my heart. I don't even want to refer you to Bernie Sanders no more. From now on, you're President Sanders. No more Bernie Sanders. No more Senator Sanders. You're President Sanders. And this black girl living with HIV appreciates what you've done for people, regardless of all the pushback you've gotten from other politicians. I support you because I believe in you, and I believe that you are the right candidate to turn this whole country around and provide the kind of care and services that someone like me needs, that so that I can live and be healthy to raise my child. So anyone who hasn't been involved in politics, I urge you to research your candidates. And letting you know right now, none of the Republicans are it. And sorry, Hillary, but you're racist, and nobody's going to forget the fact that you supported a bill that disproportionately affected the people of color and people that were poor and locked them up. I'm not going to support that. I'm not going to support you. And I'm not going to support you because, let's face it, you're a racist bitch. And we know how you really feel about black people. With that being said, stop it, Hillary. We see through your bullshit. So, Bernie for president. I am hoping and I'm wishing and I'm speaking this into existence. Bernie. Bernie, Bernie, Bernie. Because with him, this country will be back. Or where it should be. Not back where it should be. Because let's face it, we've had shitty politicians. And maybe they were great politicians before I was born, but as I know, we need Bernie. I need Bernie. We all need Bernie. Even people who are voting for Trump and those other idiots, they don't realize it, but they need Bernie. They need to get off their fucking asses and actually research the candidates and do what they need to do to know who they're voting for. Because, oh my God, the overwhelming amount of idiots who are voting for candidates that do not have their interests at heart, their best interests at heart at all. Like, why would you vote against a candidate who has your back? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I apologize for the profanity, but I'm kind of pissed off because it just proves how fucking stupid this country is. Bernie, you're going to be president, and if not, best believe I'm going to move to a country that thinks progressively like you. So let's hope that people have the common sense to vote for you. Bernie for president.